Okay, this video goes with the notes packet number 1, and we're going to talk about central angles. So in a circle, all the angles need to add up to 360 degrees. In half of the circle, then we can see that the angles are going to add up to 180 degrees. So let's look at number 1. What are the endpoints of the central angle with the smallest measure in the circle above? This angle DAE is the smallest angle out of these three, and its endpoints are the point D and E. So D and E are the endpoints. Let's look at number 2. What's the measure of angle 1 in the circle above? All the angles have to add up to 360. The two that they give us add up to 110. So we do 360 minus 110. We get 250. So angle 1 must measure 250 degrees. Let's look at number 3. One thing we should notice with number 3 is by vertical angles, angle 1 and angle 2 have to be congruent. So we see that angle 2 is going to have to be a 30-degree angle. But here it says angle 1 and angle 2 are vertical angles. What's the measure of angle 2? 30, because it has to be congruent. In number 4, the central angles are all congruent to each other. So we have 4 equal angles that make 360. So each one of those angles must be 90 degrees. Let's see. For number 5, look at the circle in number 3. What kind of angles are angle 1 and angle 3? So if we look at angle 1 and angle 3 here, we can see that these make half of a circle, which is 180 degrees. And we can see that 30 and 150 make 180. So these angles are supplementary. Or we could also say linear pair. And let's see, how can we use this to find the measure of angle 2? If we didn't have the vertical angle here, angle 3 and angle 2 also are along the diameter. So they also need to add up to 180 degrees. So 180 take away 150 would give us 30 degrees for angle 2. So 150 subtracted from 180 equals 30 degrees. So let's move on. So using equations to find central angles. Again, these angles all need to add up to 180. So if we add the two that we're given and subtract from 360, we're left with 145 for angle A. And here, example 2, all these angles are congruent. We have 3 equal angles that make 360. 3m equals 360 divided by 3. Each one of these is going to be 120 degrees. Okay. So get these numbered exercises then. So all together these have to be 180. What we have together is 320. So 360 minus 320 gives us 40. The measure of angle B is 40 degrees. All these circles, or all these angles are congruent. We have 5 equal angles that make 360. So 360 divided by 5 gives us 72. The measure of angle G equals 72 degrees. Each one of these angles is 72 degrees. 5 times 72 equals 360. Let's move up. Here we have 2 angles that are on a diameter. That means these need to add up to 180. So angle H must be 80 degrees. 180 minus 100 equals 80. Measure angle H equals 80. Circuit number 4, these 3 angles also are on a diameter, so they need to add up to 180. We've got 120 with a 25, that's 145. Subtracted from 180 gives us 35 degrees. The measure of angle J is 35 degrees. Okay, so those are central angles. Now let's look at what we call areas of sectors and arc length. So 180 degree angle is half the circle. So if the circle is pi r squared, a diameter is going to cut the circle in half. We're going to have pi r squared over 2, or half the circle. For a 36 degree angle, we're going to have 36 out of 360. Now, so this first one was 180 out of 360, with this being the central angle, gives us half the area. A 36 degree angle works the same way. We're going to have 36 over 360, which is 1/10 when we simplify it. So 1/10 of the area of the circle is going to be the area of that sector, what we call a sector, which is that pie-shaped piece. Let's look at these questions here. In the circle to the right, what fraction of the circle is gray? We're looking at 90 as the central angle over 360 total. That simplifies to 1/4. So 1/4 of the circle is shaded. If we knew the circle area, the area divided by 4 then would be the area of the shaded part. But what fraction of the circle is gray? Now they're showing us that 120 degrees isn't shaded. If we do 360, take away 120, we get 240. So 240 out of 360 is shaded. And this simplifies, like 120 goes into this twice, 120 goes into that 3 times. So 2/3 of the circle is shaded. So 2/3 of the area would be the shaded area. What fraction of the circle is a 45 degree angle? Now they're not giving us a diagram, but we do the same thing. The central angle over 360. If I go for 5s, 5 times 9 is 45. 5 times 72 is 360. 9 times 1 is 9. 9 times 8 is 72. 1/8 of the circle is given by a 45 degree angle. What fraction of the circle is a 216 degree angle? We do 216 over 360. Now, let's see, what could we do? If we did 72, 72 times 3 gives me 216. So that's 3. And 72 times 5 is 360. So I kind of skipped a couple steps, but basically 216 over 360 is the same thing as 3/5. So those are the problems that go with the first part of the packet, or the video that goes with vocabulary on circles.